Welcome to this new Microsoft Flight Simulator update movie. In this movie, we're going to look at the new additions to the Boeing 747, which will be added as part of Sim update number 13. So the aircraft is already, I would say, kind of, let's say, in a preparation state, right? So didn't do any too much yet. So let's go to the normal process, right? Um, GPS is still aligning, so likely we can't set it up yet. But I will skip that one because the first new thing which I want to show you is really the changes into the, let's say, MCD, right? The flight computer. Let me remove this one by using the clear button. And that's this one, right? You can see that the origin and destination as well as runway have already been selected as part of the world map functionality, as well as several, I would say, lags have already been added because that's the way it's being, say, figured out by, in this case, the world map. But let's assume that we want to add Simbrief information, right? A Simbrief flight plan. That's where you can use this button for. But before doing that, you will need to do one thing, and that's set up integration. To do that, you need to go to the settings page, and inside the settings page, you need to go to the next page. As you can see, I already put in my name. You can simply do it that by this path, and then click the button over here. You can decide to either add your username or your user ID, which is the digits, and then it shows active, right? So once it shows active, you're in a good shape, and you can continue programming the flight computer. So let's go to route, and then let's say request. So in the 787, right, which I also had to look at, that one has a pane over here where it shows the messages. In this case, what you will see is that you will likely need to push the buttons over here. So in this case, it says, okay, route 1, uplink ready. Then you can either say purge, which simply forgets the Simbrief plan, or you can say, hey, I want to load it. If you want to load it, simply plus load. That says route 1, loading, and then you can say, have a look at it, right? You can make some changes if you want, and then once you're happy, you can press execute. And now the flight plan has been added, because if you look to it, you can see both, I would say, the directs, but also the airways have been correctly added to this nice flight plan. That's the first addition which has been made. So for the next edition, what we need to do is we need to say first make sure that we set up the performance right. So we're going to go to the performance in it. We can just use this nice button to set up the cost index as well as the zero fuel weight. Oh, cost index doesn't work. Well, let's assume we need to set it to 25. Reserves also 25. Just some dummy numbers for now. I do expect that in the future they will activate this button where you can use the let's say send request button also for this one to be automatically set up based on the flight plan. But hey, that's just a guess. Thrust limiter, right? Everything's honkodori, nothing to change. Takeoff and a climb is good. The other ones we don't need to set up right for now. Then we can send up the center of gravity. Of course, you can define the flaps, and then you can, I would say, kind of select the V1s, VRs, and the V2s. I'm not going to do it for now. We'll just leave it as is. Because the other thing which I want to show you is the VNAV page. Because the VNAV page received an update, right? You can see the flight plans already, or the cruise altitude has been already set. And then on the next page, it also added several things which you don't need to populate. But the addition to this is the same one as with the 787, is that you now can define the forecast. So if you press the forecast button over here, you have got the option here to say forecast request, which will say requesting, then request sent, and then it will show you a message once it's found the data. Once it's found the data, what you can do is say load or purge. And if you say load, it will automatically load the information. So this is a little bit different compared to with the 787, right, where you need to jump to lags first, and then go to route data, and then go to wind data, and then say request send, and then you could go back again to the route page. Not sure which is the correct one, right? Because it doesn't really show you what the correct this are. I would say what the correct steps are. And that's the difference with the 787, where it shows you the information. But hey, it doesn't, I would say, mean that you can't use it here, because it still goes here and then you can say load. In this case, it will load exactly the same data, right? There's no need to go to that different data. The other thing is, of course, that here you will only see the decent forecast, while for the 787 you can also see the takeoff information. So that's all cool information. New functionality which they have added to the 787, sorry, 747 in this case, because 787 we discussed in a different video. Uh, some say minor changes compared to the 787. So here ends this video already. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you got questions or comments, then feel free to post in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.